lot easier to see, a lot crisper, a lot cleaner, a lot clearer. And yeah, so I mean, I would tell you what I did, but I sort of can't remember totally off the top of my head. It was just doing 2 or 3 settings on the video control panel, and provided your screen can handle it, or able to do those changes, have the ability to run with those changes, at least 2 of them, it makes a difference. Well, it's not making your computer run harder, or the graphics card running harder. Shouldn't do, I wouldn't have thought. Maybe it would, I don't know. But what I did is, I'm trying to remember now, screen resolution in the video control panel, I went in and chose use NVIDIA settings, and then changed the, I think it was the RGB range to full, where it's on limited. And my monitor supports that. I think our monitors do, most modern monitors, or probably old monitors, probably support it, especially with HDMI. You might have to actually go into your monitor's menu to change it to that setting on the monitor itself. That was the first thing I did, and then I went in, and I'm trying to think, is it using, or is it, it's on the left hand side, and you got 2 settings at the bottom, right at the bottom, and it's the top one of those 2. It's like something to do with video and something to do with picture. I think, I can't remember. You just need to go in and have a look. You'll know what I mean. If you go to the second one from the bottom on the left hand window, or tab, or whatever you want to call it, and from there you sort of do the same thing. You got the option, you use NVIDIA settings, and you do the same opposite, change the RGB to full. I'm pretty sure it was RGB to full range. And the other thing is, if your monitor supports it, under the resolution one, under the change, the RGB change to full, there's an option to go from an 8-bit to 10-bit. Whatever it is. I went to 10-bit for both of my screens, and both of them just look amazing. So I might be back tonight, which probably doesn't help you guys, obviously, in America. You'll be asleep most likely. Most definitely, actually. I know it's roughly probably about 1 AM your time, Mike, actually, because Feedy's normally up around that time, getting or whatever time he gets up ready for work. But be doing this again, possibly. I have to wait and see, but I won't be doing it on my channel. I'll be joining my good friend Dux Early. He's going to do a convoy mode tonight on ATS, I think it is, or maybe ETS, I'm not sure. I think it'll be ATS, I think. He favours that a little bit more than ETS. So if you are around, go and check it out. Now, if you want a link to Duck's channel, and he's good to go check out. Actually, he might be doing it on YouTube, actually, come to think of it. Which is fine, because I've got a link to both his Twitch, which he hasn't been on for a while. He's trying to get back into it, and also his YouTube channel, which he does farming sim videos, and a couple others, including a new game that's like Banish. So I can't remember the name of it, but it's quite fun. Mind you, I love Banish. On that channel as well. So you just, whether or not, I can't remember if it's only mods can do this or whether anyone can, but give it a go. If you want a link to his YouTube and Twitch channel, just type in ! quack, as in ducks quack, and that'll give you a link. And if you're around, tonight, because I think about his time he might be going at about 10, well my time about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And then you'll be able to watch. Hopefully we'll have a few guys there. Mind you, it's interesting actually. He was going to do it for, he's got a few American viewers and he's got a few viewers from England. The thing about that though, like you guys in America, most of you will be asleep. And people in England, it would be, I'm just trying to think at the moment, they're probably still on daylight savings. I'm just trying to think. So if it was 10 o'clock tonight my time, it would be... Actually it'd be 10 o'clock their time of the morning, I think. So have any of you guys noticed a difference in the graphics on the stream there? Because I really hope that this is coming through. But like I said, I can't actually see. My phone's too small anyway to have a good look. And that's shocking. I'm looking right at my screen here and I didn't notice my view wasn't centered. It was only when I looked to the right on an angle at my OBS screen that I noticed it, it looked a bit off. Alright, so how much further we got to go here? We've got a 15-hour journey. We've got to go to sleep about 8 o'clock. Remember, we can go an hour earlier with ATS because it sleeps longer than ETS. We're going to keep an eye out for billboards, which I totally forgot about, and I did say it. So I suppose I better update anyone who was late and didn't hear what I said before about some changes. First off, I updated all the Jazzy Cat stuff. Secondly, I added another mod in, and if you look to your right at the gas station there, you might see, well, hang on, I'll quickly look at it. No, can't see it anyway. I've got a mod that gives real gas station names, also real company names, which I had a mod for that, but I've replaced it with this new mod, and it also is supposed to do billboard advertising as well, which I had a separate mod for that as well, and I've obviously replaced this new mod for that one as well. So it's a two for one deal. I got rid of two for the one. Yeah, it'd be really nice having music going if didn't have to worry about copyright at all. That would be really good. And we're also doing my very first, and I mean my very first, not just on this profile, my very first World of Trucks delivery on ATS. And if anyone was watching yesterday and saw the little issue we had with doing the World of Trucks going across the ferry, I have figured out what caused it. And in a nutshell, it was pro mods. Oh, 65 is the fastest I can go. See, this is one thing I don't like about this World of Trucks, but hey. So yeah, basically the ferry location for the one we were going to in England is a different map location than the standard map with Pro Mods. So, and I found that out. Much to my dismay, which is going to be interesting because when we get back in next week on ETS, next Friday, sorry, what state my truck is in. Because when I found that out, I found it out by my truck falling from the sky with the delivery, bouncing all over the place, and 100% damage on my truck, the trailer, and the cargo. But I mean, I can just load the save beforehand, the save where we ended the stream, hopefully, and we should be alright. There we go. That might. There you are. So this is a bit of coast to coast. I don't think it is quite finished yet. I would say he's had plenty of time, but he's it's a big area to cover, isn't it? Unless this is what it's like here. Just miles and miles of nothingness. Now I would assume there would be a tree. If there's grass, there could be trees here somewhere. But admittedly there's grass in the middle there, which for a long time there wasn't. And actually grass here as well, so clearly still working on it, but with coast to coast he's got so many states to deal with. Obviously, he hasn't done it all the way up the back there, and it's one guy doing it, and he's also doing Canada Dream as well, so fair enough. But still, we get to drive across the country with it. When we get to towns and cities, at least they've got something in it. Well, yeah, it is too empty. I mean, it's a lot better now, but the thing that I still go with is because I get the ability to drive. It's not as bad as it used to be. There's only like real long empty places where you get a little nothing, but to go across all of America is an opportunity. And for the most part, when you get closer to towns and cities in some of the states, are well done. I mean, he was doing states with states. I remember you could go everywhere and there was stuff all around the place, and Texas was completely full of places you could go, and then next state over, next time of the release, the next state over was full of a lot more places and all that. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of ground to cover, obviously. How's my fuel? Didn't we fill up? There we did. So, but for me, personally, it's just the ability to go to other places around the country. I mean, obviously there's enough, but every now and then it's good to have a bit of a long drive to somewhere. They're getting well ahead of me, aren't they? Not holding, yeah, I was holding people up behind me. Mind you, this is a long, it's like yesterday's one actually. A long way to go for just 20 grand. But I suppose for ETS too, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a long way for one delivery for 20 grand, obviously, but the longer it takes, the less deliveries I do in the stream, that gives ATS the opportunity to catch up. Yes, we will. It'll be interesting to see, because I'm trying to remember what Cheyenne was like on coast to coast. I've been there a few times, but I just can't remember actually to make a reference, to be honest. And the good thing too is this will be one of the World Trucks delivery things, isn't it? It's either pick up or drop off a cargo from each of the 10 cities in Wyoming. I'm pretty sure the speed limit here used to be 70. There's a BP. Yep. Yeah, I was pretty sure it used to be 70, even 80 at some places along here, wouldn't it? So maybe this isn't part of coast to coast. Maybe this is SCS this part of the map. Plenty of trucks on the road. Actually, we get to overlook, see, I assume that new mod. Possibly. Got about another 3 hours before we go Nine Eyes. I want to see some other trucks to see what the canopies look like. The new mod. Obviously, I can't remember. Did we have Walmart ones and with the other mod I had? This is one thing you can do in ATS you can't do in ETS. Is I can look behind me without worrying about hitting anything. Of course, in ETS there'll be something called a corner, which you guys in America aren't familiar with. It's something where the road doesn't suddenly stops going straight, but it happens consistently everywhere else in the world. It's because you're too big. If you shrink yourself up a bit, and I think I've said it before, I don't know how you can drive with such long roads. Purely, maybe it's just me, I haven't got a country to test it out really, but I'm always told that one of the reasons you need corners is because it keeps you awake when you're driving. If you drive in a straight line for too long, you'll fall asleep. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it sort of makes sense, I suppose.
Stay left.
I do remember driving and feeling tired, and every time you came to a corner you'd feel a bit more awake when you went in the corner. But I mean, obviously we do have straights here, but yeah, we have more corners than anything else. Missing a bit, but I'm pretty sure you guys just have miles and miles and miles of drag strips. The type of miles and miles that you could use to figure out how fast or how long it takes a unicycle to get from 0 to 60 mile an hour. I don't like the fact that they're, well, if they just turn their lights on, not braking. Oh, well, there we go. New Jersey. Actually, you're not that far. New Jersey. That New York, isn't it? Around next to New York. So you're near Mike, relatively speaking. Mike's from the state of New York. Ain't you, Mike? If you're still there. From New York State. Unless it's a whole situation that I don't know about with Washington DC and Washington, state of Washington. Two different locations. But I'm pretty sure you are. I'm talking to Feedy, who's also from, lives in the great state of New York, as he calls it. I tell you what, I'd love to visit, well, everywhere actually. But America's definitely one place I'd love to go and just to see. Just to different states and that, just to see the difference between each state. How people act, talk, what it looks like. Yeah. See, I've got one little hiccup that definitely sort of stops me from being able to do it. Oh, I definitely haven't been along here before, so... Well, not in this profile. And that's the fear of flying. Well, actually, that's not true. I love flying. I will be honest, I love flying. Well, 7 o'clock, we'll get to the next one, surely an hour between the two stations here. Yeah, no, my issue's more to do with the distance between the bottom of the plane and the top of the earth. That's my issue. Otherwise flying, especially taking off, I love taking off. Flying's okay, it's just the distance. And how quickly they can come together without you being in control or anyone in control. When the pilot's lost the choice. That's my biggest issue. Right, just a reminder that I've got the new setting from Twitch to do with the ads. I've got ads turn up every hour with a 30-second ad break. That should be coming up in probably about 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah, so that's my issue, and yeah, I know people say it's safer than being in a car, and you're more likely to have a crash in the car. That's great, but to me, I'll take my chances driving 60 mile an hour in a car with airbags and crashing than a plane at 10,000 miles an hour heading towards. It's just me. Oh, really? They came in early? They came in really early. I've got to set an hour apart and to start 1 minute after the start of the stream. So the first one everyone should miss because you won't be exactly... Well, you might be here a minute, but it normally takes Twitch a few minutes before it throws out the notification. Like today, there was about 3 or 2 minutes left. Oh yeah, actually you're right, because I've got to remember about that fact. I'm thinking of when I go into game, I actually start streaming 5 minutes earlier. Oh, I've got to change that to So I'll change that to 4 minutes then. 4 minutes, that way you don't miss out on my intro when I swap over. I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about the countdown. Oh, these nice straight roads. It's good to be able to take my hands off the wheel and have a big stretch without worrying about crashing into anything or getting off the road. And it looks like ahead we've got our place to stay for the night too. Because word of tanks. Word of tanks? I was wondering if I was going to say that today. Word of trucks. I literally thought of that. I had a thought early on about word of trucks. I think I was going through my head with a few things I would say at the beginning of the stream just to remind me. And I sort of almost said World of Tanks in my head, and I thought to myself, oh gee, am I going to do that? Oh, that stopped really quick, didn't you? I wonder if I'm going to do that on the stream. Say World of Tanks instead of World of Trucks. But at least we got real life, real time to be able to finish this. Actually, I need to go and have a quick break. I've drunk a lot of water today, so I need to go and lose some weight. Just quickly. So that's what we'll do. We'll turn the lights off. Actually, I'll leave the park lights on. And we're going to jump into the other view too for the rest of the trip. So let me just get me Be Right Back screen up and ready to go too. And sleep through the night. See how much money we'll end up with. Hey, look. It's raining. There you go. Just for you, Cauzy. A bit of rain. Up to 54 grand. Oh, nice. All right, I'll be back in a sec. I just need a quick break and yeah, I won't be long. Well, I was sort of hoping the rain would stop by the time I got back. Yeah, dream of rain. Well, there was a huge delay on my cell phone before it got to the screen. From the be right back screen to this. One heck of a delay. Right. With my conversation before with old Duck possibly streaming ATS tonight, or ETS with the convoy, which I'll be joining. Like I said, if you guys are interested in joining, I think he would either be on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not really sure. Okay, I got my own rules. Thanks for that. I'll just put a link in. I think I spelled that right. There we go. So there's a link for his Twitch page and there's a link for his YouTube page if you guys want to come along and watch us drive around America and see which one of us tips over first. It's normally me, but you never know. Maybe I get to watch him and have a good old laugh for once. Alright, let's get up and go in again. Should I turn the wipers on? I suppose I will. I mean, we won't be in this view, will we? I'll reverse out in this view first, though. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, I never knew that. Oh, that's awesome. So one of the mirrors disappear when you turn that way. Oh. That is very interesting. Yeah, you can give him a follow if you like. Like I said, hopefully he gets back into being able to get back into streaming. He's been really, really busy with work lately. So hopefully he can get back into streaming. He's got back into YouTube. He had a bit of a break. I mean, he was really busy with work, and now because he's been stuck at home as well for the last 3 months. Thanks to COVID. So he's got his kids there and they're probably getting restless and not keeping quiet and stuff like that, which is understandable, being stuck there. But it'd be good to see him get back into stream. Like I said, he does farming sim, he does trucking sometimes. We sometimes do Call of Duty together and a few other bits and pieces. So yeah, feel free to check him out either on YouTube, have a look at his YouTube videos. He's got 2 different series on Farming Sim at the moment, one with the new Stevie map, one with an old Stevie map. He's a big Stevie fanboy. And he's got another game, like I said, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but it's a lot like Banners, so if you like your Banners type things, it's an early access game. Just recently come out. Then yeah, give him a follow or subscribe to him on YouTube, and if you like what you see. I've sent you there. It's up to him to grab your attention and keep you.